Welcome, Virgo, to your love reading for the weekend of the 14th and 15th of December 2019. So, I do see a few people here, but there is some kind of friction that is growing in intensity. Sometimes I see it as the energy of things subsiding, but I feel like someone they affect you in a way emotionally that could be severe at times. Where, say, for instance, if you would like to connect to somebody and this other person is either not financially stable, could be vice versa, there could be some issues there with wanting the best of that connection first and foremost before the other person is opening up or being able to communicate their their emotions to you, being able to build on the connection, making plans and things like that. It's almost like if you don't have the best of everything right away, they might not be interested. All right, that could be an issue. Some of you, this is the marriage or the connection where someone is not willing to move on and let go. And I feel like that's for a lot of you out there where either you or someone that you've been dealing with, they still think about you. They still try to put in effort almost as if they want this connection to work or they want to try again. And some of you might not be liking that too much. And it's almost like being fed up with that scenario going on and on again. Some of you also could be fed up with having to constantly wait for something to change or someone's behavior to change. And if that's not happening, you feel like, is it worth waiting for? You know, you feel like you've waited and nothing is really changing. But I feel right here is to be careful of either jumping into a relationship or connection right now because someone emotions could be a bit too volatile. It could be your own. I feel like if you don't know how to be in a relationship and allow the other person freedom or the freedom of speech or the freedom to do things, the freedom to be who they are, that's not going to be the healthy relationship at all. Some people like controlling partners or controlling relationships and get some kind of, they get aroused from it. It makes them feel good in some way, but ultimately it's not healthy because that's something that you could get locked into. It's something that could be a detriment to your own spirituality, and then really bad things could happen. You never know how possessive that person could be. You never know what they might be doing, stalking and, taking control in that way. So I feel like getting to know this person, stepping back, you know, um, if you have broken up with somebody, keeping that boundary. It doesn't mean that you need to be nasty to that person or mean to that person, but go ahead and hang out and do your own thing. If you cross paths with this person, you don't have to be close with them or romantic gestures and things going out like that. Keep things at a distance. And I feel like there's a lot to learn from someone that you may have moved on from. And it could be within Aries for some, constantly. And if you're giving off this energy to somebody, you got to be honest with yourself about if that's healthy for you. By wanting to be the one that's in control of the relationship and be too overbearing or a bit too powerful. And there's a lot of negative consequences that do come from that. A lot of resentment and a lot of confusion about why you might be stuck in a connection with somebody. Is because either person may not have learned through sacrifice and a spiritual understanding of letting go and making changes when the time is right. So I feel here, are not, if you feel dependent on another person right now and you're not able to do your own thing, that's something that you have to work on within yourself to make those adjustments. And the Ten of Pentacles is showing up again in marriage or a relationship where if you know you want to be there, you know what changes you have to make, you know that there are certain goals that you have to align yourself with, and then you can manifest these things. But until then, I feel like the best advice for you is to have a good time, to do what you need to do, get out there, even if it's with friends or if it's with your family, be around your family and try to sever ties that are not very healthy for you. When I say sever them, it's not a don't ever talk to me again kind of thing. It's don't continue to reach out to people or reach for something when you know it's not the best thing to do right now. So there's um there's not advice to communicate and constantly rehash things over and over again, because it's almost like you letting someone know, or vice versa, how you feel about something or things that need to be changed, but you might want it to happen now. You might want somebody to let you go now. They're going to do it when they heal, when that time is right, and you can't force that to happen. And someone can't force you to move on from them either until you're healed and ready to do so. So do your best, I feel, that you can. And it seems like to me that you might be very intense this weekend, but you have the option of focusing on the good times that may roll in or that you could create for yourself, and get away from this energy of either someone being around you that's not very healthy for you, or the unhealthy attitude that you may give off when someone provokes it from you. You don't have to give into it. All right. So hope the messages did help out in some way. Lots of love to you. Lots of light. Be careful of how quickly you move into a connection with somebody, because it may not be a good time right now for things to crystallize for you. All right. So that's going to be a reading for the weekend. I hope the messages helped out. And you can always go to the email, the description of the video, if you would like a private love reading. So have a good one. All right.